In just a second, Finding Life on Mount Everest. An Ottawa filmmaker prepares to summit one of the world's most daunting mountains and honor the life of a friend who inspired him.
In part 2, we'll introduce you to an artist who left the world of finance to bank on a creative life in the arts.
But first, a journey of two friends. He walks by himself, but never alone. In his heart and soul, Elia Saikaly carries the memory of a friend.
Sean was an incredible human being. He was charming, he was inspiring, and he just had this energy that you just wanted to be a part of. And the moment that I laid eyes on him, I felt it and I knew it.
In many ways, the two were barely acquainted. Yet, in an instant, Dr. Sean Egan would help Elia discover who he was born to be.
Sean was a fitness and wellness nut. That's what he referred to himself as. He wanted to help people find their life.
The kid from Aylmer, Quebec had been searching for his for more than 2 decades.
I was a kid who was always wondering where he belonged.
He would find the answer in 2005 on a journey to one of the most sacred and treacherous places on Earth. There began a fellowship of man, mentor, and mountain, an unbreakable bond that would give birth to uncommon dreams, direction to a struggling spirit.
This is my quest. This is my mission. This is what I was meant to do. This is my search for life. Finding life it's not about getting to the top of the world, you know, it's about everything that happens in between, you know, and it's about the people you meet and the friendships you keep and the life that you find along the way. And that for me that's my Everest.
The metaphor of life as a mountain is as old as time. For Elia, it's been an arduous climb to his current place of focus and determination.
Ice. But I learned a lot of hard lessons early on in life, and it really shaped me into the person that I am today.
The man in search of a meaningful life admits to being lost throughout his own.
I was always the kid that everybody thought would probably end up in jail.
There were brushes with the law, expulsions from school, rash decisions to walk out on a loving family.
I was living on the streets for a while. I remember sleeping in my friend's shed, waking up and going to school the next day. You know, I remember sleeping under park benches, you know, in the cold, in the wintertime, Salvation Army boxes. It was really sad. It was really sad.
Elia would find his strength in a local strongman.
He taught me the mantra, if your spirit can believe it and your mind can conceive it, your body will do it. And it was really neat because at the age of 17, because of this man, because of this powerlifting and this mind, body, spirit connection that he taught us, I was able to break a world record. And I pulled 525 pounds. It just empowered me. It taught me that I can do anything.
And he did. He would study television production in college and was the runner-up in a nationally broadcast VJ talent search.
Welcome back to the Much Music environment. I am one of your VJ finalists, Elia.
I came in second place. I got all this national exposure. It was really strange what happened next, and I started getting all these calls from agents.
Elia became a model, eventually an actor in Los Angeles.
I think she was cool with it.
It was for many a dream life.
Yeah.
Problem is, it wasn't Elia's dream.
It just wasn't me. I felt like I was living a lie, and it just, as things went on and I saw a lot of the behind the scenes of you know, some of that world, I just didn't agree with it, and I just didn't believe that that was the path that I should be on.
He opened up a production company in Ottawa with the goal of telling real-life stories that inspire, motivate, and change the lives of those who view them. In 2005, one such tale landed right in his lap. He didn't realize it then, but the life about to be transformed was his own.
I had been asked 3 weeks prior to departure, do you want to go to Mount Everest? And I thought, where's Mount Everest? And I said, sure, let's go.
He had never really traveled or slept in a tent, and certainly he'd never climbed a mountain. But there he was, camera in hand, capturing magic in an enchanted land.
The purpose of me going was to cover a story of a man named Dr. Sean Egan, who was 63 years old and wanted to be the oldest Canadian to climb and summit Mount Everest. And Sean wanted to get the highest platform on Earth to spread his messages. You know, his mantra was aim high. There is always, always more. And he wanted people to get fit. He wanted people to get active. He wanted people to get healthy. You know, he wanted to inspire people who were retired to, you know, get off your chair and move. You know, movement is life, and that was his motto. And for me, I just completely identified with that. And I think the thing that really connected me with him is that Sean was exactly the same as the man who I really credit for changing and saving my life as a kid. These men were identical. It was almost bizarre. And for me, I just realized that this product, this documentary, this film could really make a change, and I took it very seriously, and I became very passionate about making sure that his story got told.
Elia spent 14 days trekking to base camp, shooting as much of the story as he could. Sean would continue up Everest without him. After training a Sherpa to shoot with his camera, Elia would say goodbye to Sean and return to Ottawa.
Everybody was saying goodbye, and everybody was all over the place, so it was very fast. And I hugged him, and I said, please be careful, please be safe, and we'll see you when you get home.
But Sean Egan never made it home. A phone call on April 29th, 2005 brought news of heart failure and tragedy.
I got a call from the sponsor, and it was very brief, it was very quick, and I knew that it hadn't been the first call that morning, and I got some very shocking news, and I got word that Sean Egan died. I realized how fragile life is. I realized how impermanent it is. I was overwhelmed, and I just wanted to grab onto as much life as possible.
For the next 6 months, Elia traveled the world making the meaningful documentaries that were his passion, thinking always of the fiery Irish preacher of fitness with the wide smile and happy heart. Under a canopy of stars in the Sahara Desert, an epiphany. Elia realized Sean's message must move forward, but now he was to be the messenger.
I knew I had to go back. I knew that I had to finish this story, and I also knew that it had become something very different as well. And I realized that it had become about me as well. So I created Finding Life. Finding Life is a parallel story. It's about me, and it's about Sean Egan. It's a spiritual journey into the heart of the Himalaya, and it really tells the events of what happened in 2005, and it really tells my story as well as Sean Egan's story. It's a story about life.
In 2006, Elia returned to Everest to finish his movie and climb to the point Sean reached before he died. There, he and Sean's fellow climbers built a memorial and said goodbye. For many, the ceremony would have marked the end of the Everest journey, not Elia.
I was a person that had hit the lowest point, and I knew that now I had to reach the highest point.
So he's going back a third time, propelled by his teacher, all the way to the top.
And I am finally going to get the chance to summit Mount Everest. It's an obstacle that I have to get beyond in order to complete this project, this legacy.
For months now, Elia has been preparing his body and mind for the punishing climb.
When you're passionate about something, nothing can stop you. When people see this and they connect with it, and they connect with me, and they connect with Sean, and something in them resonates that says that I can do that. And it may not be about climbing Everest, it might be about something completely different, but it's the same thing. It's that journey, it's finding the life within yourself.
This is an expedition already giving back through the Ad Astra or Aim High campaign. In Sean Egan's memory, a school is being built for orphan children in Kathmandu.
We've almost reached the goal of $150,000. There's about $7,000 left to go. And right now, there's a fundraiser that we're doing. You can buy bricks for the school. You get your name on a brick. They cost you about $100. And people can buy bricks and support this beautiful initiative.
And you can follow Elia's journey. The internet is your connection to Everest.
People can sign up for these blogs at FindingLife.ca, and every single day a blog will come to you, and it will be my thoughts of that day and my experiences, and hopefully will inspire them and will last a lifetime.
Do you find on a daily basis Sean still speaking to you?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's always watching. I feel like he's everywhere. I certainly know that I carry him with me. I think that he'd be really proud right now. For me, I've been lost in my life, and now I feel like I've been found. I think after the summit of Everest, you know, it doesn't stop there. There's always something else. Having an open mind and a very open heart leads you to the most enchanting places.